What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm down at Audi Greenville getting to check out the 2021 Audi TTRS. Huge shout out to them for providing the sports car for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. That will be down in the description below. This model here is finished off in a very beautiful turbo blue, and it has an MSRP just over $74,000. Let's go ahead and jump into today's review by starting up underneath the hood, where you'll find the 2.5-liter turbocharged 5-cylinder engine. This is paired with the 7-speed S-tronic transmission. It pumps out 394 horsepower around 6,000 RPM and 354 pound-feet of torque as low as 2,000 RPM. It has the Quattro all-wheel drive system, weighs in around 3,300 pounds. It'll do 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds, up to its top speed of 174 miles an hour. And with a fuel capacity of 14.5 gallons, you'll expect to see around 20 miles per gallon in the city and 30 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 98.6 inches. Its overall length is 165. It has a width of 72.1 and a height of 52.9 inches. And with all those specs out of the way, we can go ahead and take a look at the exterior on the TTRS. So I'm going to start front and center with the hexagonal grille. It has a really nice design to it. I love the honeycomb design within the mesh itself, and we have a matte black surround just to give it that added touch. You'll also notice the Quattro badge written out on the lower section. We have plenty of cutouts to provide cooling to that engine. There's also integrated parking sensors up front. You'll see the TTRS badge. And then this model also has LED headlights, LED DRLs, and LED turn signals. You'll see they have a really sleek design within the housing. We have the turn signals in the lower section, and then vertical DRLs. Just gives it a very clean look. You'll also notice the entire lower section of the bumper is finished off in gloss black. It's a really great contrast against this turbo blue. You'll see there are plenty of cutouts in those mesh pieces as well to provide maximum cooling to that engine. And there's also another inlet just in between that mesh and the center grille. You can see some bodywork surrounding that. This definitely has an aggressive looking front end. I love the clean lines that come down both sides, and we have some nice contoured lines on each end of the bumper. Making our way to the side profile now for the TTRS, I'm going to start off with the fact that this color is called turbo blue. This is a fantastic color to see in person. It makes all the lines and shapes on the TTRS really pop, and I think it's a phenomenal color for this spec. This model also has 20-inch wheels. They have a 7-spoke design along with a 2-tone finish, and I love how they look like they're moving even when they're stationary. Just gives it a really unique look. This model also has red brake calipers. You'll notice that these side mirrors are power folding. They feature the integrated turn signal, and they're finished off in gloss black. You'll notice more of that gloss black on the lower section of the side skirts. They have some nice contoured lines to them as well. There's a great flowing shape to the top of this vehicle, and you'll see all the contoured lines on the side profile. Really aggressive fender flares. We have some crisp lines that run down the side. You can see the gas cap is also finished in aluminum, which is a great touch to see. And there's more contoured lines running down the side skirts just to give this an aggressive side profile. And last up, for the rear of the TTRS, you can see the fixed wing finished off in turbo blue with gloss black end pieces. This gives it a very aggressive look from the rear. This also has a backup camera with all the parking sensors, and it does feature OLED taillights with the sequential turn signal. Gives it a very clean look. And then to finish it up, you'll see the diffuser is finished off in gloss black, along with having oval style tips for the dual exhaust. Now it's time to go ahead and take a look at the interior on this beautiful TTRS. So with the vehicle locked and the key in my pocket, all I have to do is grab on the door handle. You will hear it unlock, and now we can go ahead and take a look at this beautiful door panel, where you'll see there's leather and stitching on the armrest, along with suede on the insert behind it. We have the window and side mirror adjustments, along with a brushed aluminum release handle. You can see lock and unlock. There's even carbon fiber on the grab handle, which is a really nice touch to see. This model also features the 12-speaker Harman Kardon sound system, and you can see there's a little bit of storage space in the lower section of the door. And now looking at the interior, you can see TTRS down on the door sill, and we can go ahead and take a look at these black Napa leather seats. You'll see RS embossed in the top section there. We have black stitching along with a honeycomb design running down the inserts. You can also adjust the front portion of the seat. You can grab on this handle and slide that forwards or backwards if you like to. And we have all of the automatic controls down on the side. And now once inside with my foot on the brake, we can go ahead and start it up. Where you can see on this digital gauge cluster, over on the left side is the tach along with the engine temperature. On the right side is the miles per hour and the fuel gauge. And then right in the center, we have a lot of information to go through. You can look at the date and time along with the consumption. You have short and long-term memory. We can also scroll over and look at media when that is hooked up along with phone, and we can pull the navigation up in full screen. You can also scroll on a dial on the steering wheel in order to zoom in and out, which is a really nice feature to see. And then if I click on view, you'll see the tach appear in the center with your miles per hour and gear selector. We have power and torque readouts on the right side, and then you can continue to go through that information on the left side. And then as we make our way to the steering wheel, you'll see it's covered in leather and Alcantara. You'll see that on the side hand positions there. This also has a flat bottom design with the RS badge. You'll see the red engine start stop button on the right side and drive select on the left side, so you can quickly get to comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. These controls here is what I was using for that center gauge cluster. You have view, a back button, along with a scrolling dial. And then on the right side, you can quickly get to the navigation. You have Bluetooth and voice commands along with volume and tuning for the radio, and a customizable button. So it's really nice. You can set that to what you use the most. On the left side of the steering wheel, you can see all the headlight controls along with one air vent. We also have the heated seat control just by twisting on the center there. You can either push on the dial to adjust the temperature for the seat or twist on this dial. So really nice how that's integrated together. So you'll notice over on the passenger side, we have the heated seat control as well. And then right in the center, you'll see 3 air vents. We have the fan speed on the left side, temperature is right in the center, and then where you'd like the air to go is on the right side. You can also twist on the air vents as well to turn them on and off. We have some defrosters right in the center, and then traction control and the parking sensors is just underneath that. You'll also notice there's more carbon fiber in the center area here. There's a little bit of storage space in front of the shifter, and you can see more carbon fiber on that cover. We also have power and volume for the radio over on the right side, and then the exhaust note button on the left. And then making our way to the shifter now, you'll see it's finished off in Alcantara. We can go ahead and put the vehicle into reverse, where you'll see the backup camera up here with the guidelines and the sensors over on the left side. We can also go all the way back into drive and pop it over into manual mode. That allows us to use the steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. And then right behind that, we have more controls for the center gauge cluster. So you can see map and navigation along with radio and media. There's a scrolling dial right in the center along with menu and the back button. So just by clicking on these dials, we can go into menu right now, where you'll see the media and radio along with vehicle. We can go down to phone. You have navigation, map, Audi Connect, along with Audi smartphone, and different settings to go into. So this is where all of your information is. It's very driver focused, and it's very easy to go through all of it using these buttons down below. We have the electronic parking brake just behind that, along with one cup holder. You'll see there's a little bit of storage space in the center armrest, along with an additional cup holder if you need to use it. And then making our way to the glove box, you'll see there's a lot of room for all of your information that has to go there. We'll go ahead and take one last look at these seats. And then up in the center, we have some garage door buttons, along with the touch-sensitive dome lights. The TTRS is a 4-seater, 2-door coupe. So I already have the front seat moved forward, so that way I can go ahead and work my way in. And at 5'10", I do have some room. You're not buying the TTRS for a full 4-seater vehicle, but if you needed to use the back seats, I could be back here for a short trip. You'll also notice they're finished off in leather. We have a little bit of storage space on both sides, along with a net behind both front seats if you need some extra storage space. And these back seats do fold down, so they have a 50-50 split to them. If you need to utilize this for more storage space, you can do that, but you can also use them for people if you had to use them in a pinch. And last up, we'll go ahead and take a look at the rear storage space. So I'm just going to use the handle up underneath the Audi logo. We can go ahead and open this up. With the hatchback design that the TTRS has, there's an ample amount of storage space in the back. Even with these back seats up, you can see just how large it is. There's a 12-volt on one side along with a strap so you can secure any items. You can also remove this cover and fold the seats down, and that gives you a lot more storage. So you have a large opening to put in large items for this smaller vehicle. And there's also a little bit of storage space up underneath the floor if you need to use it. And then up top, we have this huge lip here that you can go ahead and grab to close up the rear. All right, so getting the 2021 Audi TTRS out on the road now. This is one of my favorite Audi models to drive. I just love the TTRS. It's a very quick car for what it is, and it just performs incredibly well. So we have the vehicle warmed up. We're gonna go ahead and pop it into sport mode, turn on that exhaust because it just sounds incredibly good. And we'll give it a little bit of gas here. Even coming around a turn, it handles incredibly well. just going at normal speeds there. The exhaust isn't crazy loud, but it's awesome how you can control it. You can put it into quiet mode and just cruise if you'd like to, or push on it and hear some pops in that exhaust. There we go. Wow, it is so linear in its power delivery as well. And these shifts are really smooth. The moment you hit this paddle, you're into that next gear and you can barely feel the shift, which I absolutely love. It just makes you want to keep going and keep going until you're at that top speed. So this is a phenomenal car. I've seen these out on the drag strip obliterate other supercars. They are that fast with its lightweight 0 to 60 time in around 3.5 seconds. It's almost a straight sleeper. This can compete with so many different vehicles and blow a lot of them out of the water. So if you're looking for something that's kind of under the radar, you wouldn't really notice this as being a fast car. It's incredibly quick for what I've seen out on the drag strip and the track numbers. This is just a phenomenal car. It's also a really good daily driver because of all the space that it has to offer. It's a two-door vehicle, but you have all that extra storage in the back seat. You wouldn't really put people back there. You can use it if you'd like to, but you can put a lot of storage in there. You have the hatchback design, so when you fold the seats down, you can put in larger items like a bicycle or something like that. Something that has an odd shape to it, you could fit in the back of this, which is awesome to see. As we come down to second gear, hard right, man, this suspension handles incredibly well, and we're out of that turn just like that. It's so much fun to drive. Let's go ahead and talk about visibility while I'm at this stoplight here. You pretty much have no blind spot over your left shoulder. You can look over your right shoulder as well. This pillar is not really all that bulky, but it's also right there too. So you can easily see around it if you'd like to. And I love all the materials on the interior here. We have an Alcantara on the grips here, makes it very comfortable. You can see all the leather and carbon fiber. One thing that I do really like is the fact that we have all the information for the driver. It's right in the gauge cluster here, so it makes this center much more cleaner looking, but also at the same time it makes the TTRS a driver focused car. So you can hop in it, you have all of this information right in front of you. We do have the controls for this center screen, so your passenger can actually use this screen if they'd like to, just by using these controls right in the center, which does make it a little bit more user friendly. So I'm gonna put this vehicle into comfort mode. We are on a little bit of a bumpy road, but it's absorbing all of them well. I have no complaints with the suspension. You can get the magnetic ride, which this has, or the fixed suspension as well, just depending on which options you go with. So the magnetic ride gives you all of these different drive selects. You can go from comfort to dynamic, where you can start to feel all these bumps a little bit more. And you can hear that exhaust just a little bit more as well. So we'll give it one more acceleration. It's not crazy loud, but I absolutely love it. It's a great sounding exhaust note for a 5-cylinder engine, so they make it sound incredibly good. Like I said, this is a phenomenal handling car and a great daily driver. It's just so much fun to drive. And the last thing that I want to talk about for today is the exterior color. This is called Turbo Blue, and it looks phenomenal. I'm not sure if this is a all-new color for the 2021 model, but just from the exterior, this looks like it's something special. It's a beautiful color. It shows all the lines as you've seen in today's video, and it makes me want to buy a TTRS. This color is phenomenal, and I absolutely love how it looks. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for my walk around review and test drive behind the wheel of the 2021 Audi TTRS. Once again, a huge shout out to Audi Greenville for providing this sports car for me today. Make sure you guys check out their website. That will be down in the description below. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button if you'd like to stay up to date on our daily uploads. I'll see you guys in the next video.